Oh my goodness.
We ready?
I think we're ready. Handy dandy with the new setup, with the new equipment. Oh my goodness, guys. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we are back and fucking better than ever. The 7 on 7 podcast is back. I know it has been quite some time since we ran an episode. Since June, July. It's been a long time. But today, episode number 23. And today on the show, I have Adrian Verdult.
Yes, sir. You got it right.
Boom! I got it right.
It was kind of like a slang right there.
Yeah, it was a little slangy.
Yeah.
It was kind of
You gave it a
pimp.
little accent.
I gave a little twang
I
there.
was like, oh shit.
Oh, dude.
It sound elegant.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did sound kind of elegant.
Kind of lit.
Had a little sass.
Better than when I said it. I'm like, I'm Adrian Verdult. He's like, Adrian Verdult.
Verdult.
I'm like, damn.
Because I feel like it could sound Russian if you wanted it to sound Russian.
Kind of does sound Russian.
Like Verdult.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I drink vodka. My name is Verdult.
Maybe that's like my past life. Maybe I was Russian. Who knows?
I could see it.
I can see it.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I kind of fit the Russian vibe.
Yeah, I kind of fit the Russian vibe, whatever the Russian vibe is. But, guys, yes, we are back. Episode 23, Adrian Verdult on the show today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you came on. He drove out all the way from Studio City, from LA, to come on the show today. So, number one, thank you for that. But
I'll send you my gas receipt.
yeah, exactly. I'll Venmo you. You know, we'll tax write-offs. We'll do all that shit. But thank you for coming on the show for real. First time we've ever met.
100%, yeah.
And super exciting. I love when podcasts are like this. First time you ever met, sit down with somebody.
Yeah.
So I want people to know who you are. And also because I want to know a little bit more about who you are.
Yeah.
So kind of like a quick little synopsis of where'd you grow up? What do you do? Kind of like a little background. And then, we can like dive into some shit.
Okay.
But just kind of like an overview for everybody because
100%.
I'm also genuinely curious.
Yeah. Also, to start this off, for the people that are watching that are probably questioning why the fuck I'm in a jumpsuit right now, today is actually Halloween. It's October 31st.
Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
I had to show up a little bit of, in the festive colors. So I'm in a jumpsuit for a reason.
He's not a convict.
I'm not a convict.
I swear.
I'm not getting arrested today. I didn't just come from jail. This is just it's a prop. It's a prop.
It's a prop. It was a little off-putting though when I did walk out to get you, and I see him on the phone, and I'm like, who is that dude in an orange jumpsuit walking towards me?
I'm running across the street in an orange jumpsuit. I'm like, where are you?
Just says county jail on it. I'm like, oh god, I texted the wrong guy.
You're like, this is the most interesting podcast we're gonna ever do. I'm like, we gotta make this quick. Just get me in, get me out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but just to give you the overview, my name's Adrian Verdult. I guess I could say I'm a cinematographer. Started out probably 6-7 years ago, working in the video industry. Got into it, rough stages at first.
Yeah, of course.
Shooting weddings, doing all the basic stuff you have to do to get to where you want to be, and then molded into working with a YouTube group, multiple YouTube groups, different type of people, NELK Boys, Trevor Wallace, Steve Will Do It, Bradley Martin, just like in a bunch of different pockets of like the YouTube industry.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when I left NELK, I started my own thing, which is called Trailer Park, and that's where we shoot music videos for artists for free, and all that's supported by our clothing brand. So I guess I'm at the point right now where I wear a lot of hats, as far as designing clothing, creative
business owner.
Yeah, now it's like a whole different thing. Before it was like I'm just working for someone, and I'm just like still directing big budget videos, which are sick. But now it's more or less like, okay, now we got to design clothing. Now we do website, updates, and now I'm creating like full length music videos, and then we're doing BTS videos, and we've dove into so many different pockets. But yeah, that's kind of basically what I'm like doing now.
Yeah, dope. Well, I have a question too, because when I first checked out your page, I want to. Well, number one, actually, before I ask any question, I want to know who connected us, because we were talking about that right before we started rolling. Yeah. You said you were going to save that for the pod. So I'm actually genuinely curious.
So I don't know exactly how it happened, but I think one of your friends, Doc Connector, what's his name? I keep forgetting. I've only met him once.
I honestly would probably have to check. I don't know if we've ever like.
I could be butchering it, but is it Connor?
Connor.
I'm probably butchering it. But anyway.
I was like, my cousin texted you?
But anyway, like, my boy sent me the reel that you posted saying, like, looking for, like, anyone to come on the podcast. It was, like, content creator. Then he tagged me and said, like, Adrian Verdult would be perfect for this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I commented, and I was like, let's run it anytime. And then
fucking here we are.
And then, boom, yeah, now we're here. Now I'm wearing a jumpsuit in your house.
Hey, we don't judge here.
Hey, yeah.
We don't judge here. Jumpsuit or no jumpsuit, I would have you on.
I think anytime anyone comes on the next podcast and not wearing a jumpsuit, you should be offended.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to look at him and be like,
yeah.
You're subpar here, buddy.
Yeah.
You're subpar here, buddy.
You're not as good as the last guest.
So, when you first got started in your video stuff, you said you did weddings, kind of all the typical, I feel like that's like the typical journey, the typical route, like especially if you're going to be a video creator or any of that. It's just diving into any sort of like small productions, weddings, low budget videos to just get your name out there, get work, get experience, all this.
Yeah.
So you did that route, and then how in the world did you get involved with NELK? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I also saw one of our mutuals is Sean.
Sean Haney?
Sean Haney. Yeah. So I met Sean at the gym. He was going to 24, and then we just kind of like hit it off, and he was super cool.
That guy's a gym rat.
Gym fucking rat. Yeah, we've caught a couple workouts in together, and like he's like, I love Sean. He's super cool, super down to earth, and like a really genuine dude. And when I saw that like you guys knew each other, I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm always curious, like how did you get involved with NELK, Trevor Wallace, that kind of like, because those people that you listed, especially to like other people that are listening or that are watching, like those people are a lot of people that people watch, that people follow, that people
100%.
Emulate. Honestly, sometimes a lot of their content and their creation and their style of doing things around people like that. So how did you get involved with doing that? Because I feel like that, and correct me if I'm speaking out of context, but I feel like getting into the major YouTube side of things and the major, mega influencer, just personalities is like, I feel like it could be super political, almost in the sense of like not actual politics, but like, scene, industry, political meanings, like how it is in the music business. Yeah. But I'm just super curious, like, how that came about.
I guess my shit kind of went from like 0 to 100 real quick.
And like, sometimes that's how it happens.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
So like I was shooting weddings, and like I was just doing that to make money to get by for like the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew for a fact like I wanted to work for either like a big YouTube group or a YouTuber or an artist.
Yeah.
And I think for like 6 months I was like DMing every artist that I knew possible. Like whether it was like the artist themselves, their management, their security guard, their assistant, like I was just DMing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And, every once in a while I'd get like a hit back, like, next time we're out to the city, like coming back to LA, we'll hit you up. And then, just like nothing happens.
Yeah. It's just kind of how it rolls sometimes.
So I was just grinding. I was like still shooting these weddings, but I was still I would go shoot these weddings or whatever the client project would be, and then I'd come back home and I'd just be on my phone DMing people like 24/7, like always DMing, just trying to figure out like I would DM till you couldn't DM anymore.
You're fucking hustling, dude.
Yeah, I was like working my ass off, and then I would just shoot shows for like small venues out here, like in LA or Orange County, just like finding fucking like Lil Baby's gonna be at this venue, and I'd be like DMing them and be like, yo, I'll show up for free, just like get me in.
Yeah, get me in the door, dude.
Yeah. And then one of those would hit every once in a while because I'd DM the club promoter or the owner of the
venue or
whatever it may be, and then they let me come in with my camera and I shoot a montage and then not get paid, but just be like, okay, I'm getting experience. I'm being in a crowd of people that I want to be around.
Exactly.
Yeah, being in the green room with Lil Baby is fucking
huge.
It's huge.
Huge.
Like that's dumb huge for me.
100%.
So that went on, and then
getting in the right rooms is one of the hardest parts, dude.
That's one of the hardest parts.
That is really one of the hardest parts, is getting in the right rooms.
And that's why I tell like a lot of like my younger friends now, like I'm like, dude, if you want to make in this industry, like, do work for free. It sounds like shit, like, but you have to, like, just get in those rooms, bro, because you don't know if you're gonna talk to that big artist manager, and then he's gonna be like, okay, well, come to the next show, and then come to the next show, and then boom, next thing you know, you're on payroll or you're getting paid, and then they're like, okay, you're our guy now.
100%.
And then boom, you have a fucking lit job with a dope artist that you can just travel with.
Exactly.
And they fuck with you because of who you are, and you did all this shit for free. They're gonna be like, let me take care of this kid now.
100%. And like, I feel the same way, especially like about kind of the topic of the being in the right rooms thing is like, I feel a lot of the times just showing face and being present and like doing as much as you can, even if you're not getting paid or whatever that circumstance may be, just doing your best to be present around those people a lot of the times can lead to someone is going to remember next time that, yo, like, who was that kid that, you know, did this, or you texted to be here, did the work for free, like, I saw his reel or the montage or that work, like, what's he doing? Like, let's hit him back up. Even if there's no, like, direct connection when you're there, just, like, the fact of being present can a lot of the times lead to, like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It started here, and now it's here.
And the crazy thing is, as long as you do good work, like, whether it's, like, photography or videography, if you put out, like, dope work and they see that and, like, that photo is insane or that video montage you put together is insane, they're going to hit you up or somebody else will. Like, somebody will grab you and be like, okay, like, you killed it that night. Yeah. That video was insane. That was probably better than the guy we hired to, like, pay.
For sure.
And then they're going to be like, all right, I'd rather have this guy next. And then, boom, you're getting paid. They're going to be like, you know, let's have you legit on the team. Like, it makes the most sense.
For sure.
But, sorry, we went on a tangent.
No. Dude, that's how this show works. It's like a tangent-based show. Like, some question gets asked for something, and then it's just like a fucking segue of like all different types of shit.
No, but the way I linked up with NELK was I was on I think I just got off a wedding job, and I came home, and it was probably like, you know, 5-6 p.m. and I'm just like on my phone scrolling through Snapchat, and I see that NELK post a story that said like, hey, we're pulling up to Time nightclub tonight. And Time nightclub was like 30 minutes away from me. And I was just like, and then the post said like, we're pulling up to Time nightclub, everybody pull up, like whatever, all this bullshit. And I was like, oh shit, like,
I gotta
this
go.
could be my in. Like, I was just like, another YouTube group is coming to like my city. Like, these guys are from Canada. Like, they're probably never going to be down here again. Yeah. Let me try to get in there. Facts. So I knew right away, I was like, I need to get my camera into that club. But I had no connection to the club. So I'm like, fuck. And then I started Googling every promoter that was tied to Time nightclub. And eventually I made a list of like 5 promoters, and I started DMing all of them. And I was like, yo, I want to shoot a video for you guys for free tonight. Like, just let me in. All I need is like a media pass. Yeah. 4 out of the 5 said no. The last guy said yes. And the craziest thing is, and I don't think I've ever told this part of the story before, but he said, I can get you in tonight as long as you shoot a video for free. Just send me your reel, like, for shows. Yeah. And I had like maybe like 2 shows under my belt, and they were garbage. I knew they were garbage. I was like, these are not it. I was like, this is like early in my career with all this shit. Yeah. I was like, these are fucking garbage. So I went on all like my like homies not homies, but like people that I follow that shot shows that I was trying to like piggyback off of, like, you know, take notes and be like, okay, this is how to shoot better shows. I started downloading all their footage. And the minute he said like, you know, send me your reel, I downloaded like 6 videos, spliced it together in 10 minutes, and then I sent him that. And I was just like, here's my show reel. And then he literally sent me a text back and be like, send me your full name, I'll get you your media pass at the door. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like, are you kidding me?
That's nuts.
At the time, I had no idea what I was doing with show footage. Like, I was like, I was just barely scraping the surface with getting into shows and shooting that shit.
Yeah, but I think that I've always felt this way, and like I've said this on like many previous episodes even, is like a lot of the times you have to fucking bullshit that you've done it before.
Of course, yeah.
To make people believe that you've done it before. Yeah. Like, exactly. and just like being like, yo, I've actually never done this, but I'm going to make it seem like I've done this before. And that could be the opportunity.
It's the case of fake it till you make it.
Literally fake it till you make it type thing, which like kind of holds some value.
Hell value for me for sure. Like somehow it fucking worked,
dude.
But
that says a lot about you too, to be honest, as like a creator and like your drive.
I thought you were gonna say I'm fake.
Yeah, he's like, man, fuck this guy, dude. Not even a real jumpsuit, man.
You're not even really from jail.
You're not even a criminal, man. What the fuck? But yeah, that really does. It says a lot about you. Is like just a person and like your drive to like want to be something and to like make.
Hustling,
dude. That's hustling, like for like big time. And like I'm telling you, all you fucking people who are listening and watching is like take notes of that, dead ass. Like that's what it fucking takes. Like, yo, I need to do this. I want to do this. Like, I'm going to DM in email or text or fucking do whatever I have to do to get my name in front of somebody that could possibly open this door for me.
Yeah.
And like you said, 4 out of the 5 said no. 1 said yes.
Yeah.
And now here you are.
Exactly. Which is still crazy to me.
Like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's fucking so sick.
So... yeah, so after I got the okay, I was like, okay, perfect. Literally packing my camera gear, head down there. I get in the venue. The only reason I was there is because I knew the NELK Boys are there.
Yeah.
But I was shooting for Dubs, technically.
Okay.
It's like a DJ duo. Super sick. Like, both those guys are, like, dope as fuck. We've met up with them, like, multiple times.
Yeah.
And shoot the show. And then right at the end of the show, I was just like, all right. Now is my time to like try to like tap in with them and like see what's good. So I go up to, and for the people that are watching, they might know who this is if they're fans of NELK. I went up to 905 Shooter at the time.
905, dude.
Yeah, and I went up to him and I was just like, yo, like if you guys are ever looking for a videographer, like I'd be happy to help you guys out.
Yeah.
And then he literally looks at me and goes, no. I was like, oh, like instant punch to the gut. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck me. All right, for
like,
sure.
All right, well, what the fuck do I do now? And then like, literally the club's closing down. Like, everyone's like, they're just like telling everyone like, you know, basically get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, the boys are still in the VIP section.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a media pass, so I can be back there. So I was just like, fuck it, I have one more opportunity. Let me just go up to Kyle and just like ask him like, yo, do you need a videographer? So,
yeah.
Like, go up to him. I'm like, yo, like, I'm local in LA, OC. Like, if you ever need a videographer, like, I'm down to help you guys out with whatever you need. And then he looks at me and goes, DM me. And I'm like, fuck. Like,
yeah, how many fucking DMs does this guy get a day?
Yeah, I'm just like, this isn't going to go fucking anywhere. So the next morning, I DM him, and I'm just like, yo, it's the videographer from Time Nightclub. We talked about me helping you guys out with the video.
Yeah.
If you guys ever need anybody, like, please let me know. Like, I'll come out and, like, shoot whatever.
I'll do whatever the fuck needs to be done type shit.
Exactly, yeah. And then he DMs me, like, 3 days later, and he's like, yo, we're shooting drinking kegs in a lecture. And I was like, okay. And he's like, come out. And I was like, oh, fuck
all right.
Run it. Like, I'm there. Like,
I asked for it.
Yeah.
So here it is.
So I drove down, met up with them at the house. Pretty surreal. Like, they were living at the Clout House at the time, like that fucking giant mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
Yep.
And
remember those days.
Yeah, fucking crazy times. And we shot that video. And everything went well. We came back, and then he was just like, "Can you start editing it?" And I was like, "Yeah," like immediately. And I was just like, in their fucking kitchen, just start like editing like their footage already. And then by the time I left that day, I was talking to him. I was just like, "Yo, like, let me know what else you guys need. Like, just hit me up anytime." And he's like, "Do you want to start working with us full time?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro. Like, I'll work for free." And then Kyle was like, "No, like, I'll pay you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
I'm gonna get paid.
I was like, "You're gonna give me money to do this shit?" And he's just like, "Yeah, like, we'll pay you." Like, at first, it wasn't a fuck ton of money, but just to have money getting put into my account
for sure
for
doing what you love
and
do
just dumb stunts, like filming their dumb stunts. I was like, fucking yeah. And then literally from that day on, I worked with them for like 5 years. So it was insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah. The way shit works is fucking, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Like, it literally doesn't make sense.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a crazy, what? You have like a really like wild story. Or like between that 5 years, like if you had like a highlight moment of just like some fucking absolute heinous shit, like the most heinous shit that you got involved in, like, could you say?
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's like a lot of there's like heinous shit, and there's also like just like what is going on type shit. I think that one of the most craziest experiences I had while working with NELK was being on Air Force One with Trump. Like,
yeah, that
bro, like that didn't make sense. Like
how the fuck did I get here? Type shit.
I was just like, I'm dumb as rocks, bro. Why am I on Air Force One with Trump? Like in his office on the plane. Talking to him. It made zero sense. And he like, I wish I had the footage, but he, like when I walked up and I was filming, like obviously my tattoos are all exposed, and he goes like, "Listen, young man, I love those tattoos." And I was like, "Thank you, Mr. President." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
Dude, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just like mind-blowing shit. Like, but that was definitely like, it's got to be one of the highlights. But obviously, like,
for sure.
For the people that are like fans of like NELK and watch their shit, like Europe tour was like bare none. Like,
crazy.
That was like the peak of just like NELK, like really like fucking doing it, and like traveling to 13 countries in a month and a half was just insane. Yeah, we were just fucking going nuts. Like on a ship, you know, transferring to like Spain to Europe, then, you know, driving through, you know, all the backcountry of like Europe and shit. Like that was insane. And all the travel getting there, it was like even doing like the meet and greet and in Ireland, and it becoming a riot, me getting arrested during the riot because they were like, that's the guy who started it. And then like I have a camera, and then I'm put in a paddy wagon. And then
Jesus
so
Christ.
funny. I got arrested in Ireland for the meet and greet. The boys didn't even go to the meet and greet. I just jumped out of the van to go get footage. Immediately people started recognizing me, and I was like, I'm fucked. And then I had a full crowd following me. Cops pull up. They arrest me and 2 other people. They put us in a paddy wagon, drive us like 5 miles down the road, and they're like pissed. They're like, "You guys are going to jail forever." Like all this shit. I was like, "Fuck! Like what the fuck?"
I'm in a different country right now.
We pull into a parking lot. We can't see out of the van. There's nothing to our left or our right. And then they literally say, "Get out! Don't come back to this city." And we're right in front of a pub. And I'm just like, "Yo, let's go get beers."
Yeah, fucking get the fuck out. I'm trying to get drunk right now.
And then we text everyone.
That's crazy,
like,
dude.
They're like, "Where'd you guys go?" And I was like, "I thought we were getting arrested, but now we're getting beers. Here's our location."
What?
And then everybody else showed up.
Put that on the back of a shirt.
Honestly,
thought I was getting arrested. Now we're getting beers.
Now we're getting beers.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Insane.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's always like so fascinating, like when, like especially like whether it's people I know or have people on the show that like have done shit like this. I think it's just like it's so cool, and I think it's like also really important in the way of, you know, fucking everybody and anybody nowadays wants to be a musician, a photographer, a creator, like.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, it's just the world that we live in, that everybody.
It's the most fulfilling shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most fulfilling shit for most people, and like to have someone who's like done it at the highest level
is crazy.
Is actually really crazy, and it's like it's fucking wild, dude. You know, like a lot of the shit is like people, you know, like I said previously, is like they watch, they emulate, they fucking do all this, and like you've done all that. Yeah. And I guess now my question for you is like you've done stuff for NELK and Trevor Wallace and all these names that everybody knows. Like if you're remotely our age, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, like, what was the biggest thing that you learned from that experience? Like between that time working for those people, like what do you think you took away the most from it? Whether it's personal, whether it's career wise, like what do you think is the biggest thing that like you as a personal creative, now that you're not, you know, because you're not working with them currently right now, right?
No, not currently.
Yeah, so it's like what did you take away from that, like in that opportunity and literally like being in the fucking middle of that for a long time? Like what would you say is your biggest takeaway?
I guess there's a few, but like the number one takeaway is like it's understanding like how to work a business, like the way they work their business, and like, you know, I'll give Kyle his flowers. Like,
yeah,
he's a mastermind at business.
Yeah.
Like him and Jesse built this shit from the ground up. They built a crazy fan base, and like they just worked, and they built a team that also worked.
Yeah.
Like, we worked 24/7, and I'm like, damn, that's also what I'm coming to now that I'm taking all that in as I do my own business and all that stuff. I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
You literally need to build a team around you that is just down to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if you guys don't have a team that's solid, that's like down to do like not just like the on camera shit, but like
all the shit behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Kyle would be on the phone 24/7. He would ask me for the edits. Like, if I'd edit a prank, he'd be like, give it to me after, and then like I want to like do my touches on it. Then he'd be on the computer for like 2-3 hours, and I was just like, damn it, like this dude is a fucking workhorse. Like, he does not stop. Like, he wants everything perfect. He would oversee all the videos. Like, he would put his touches on it, and I'm like, not only are you doing that, but you're doing all the back end shit.
Yeah.
But he had a team behind him that understood how to like handle shit. So he would just be like, you do that, you do this, you do that, you do that. And then everybody just kind of worked in unison. Even when we were like, before we had management, like we were just like realistically like 7 kids, like just fucking working.
Yeah.
On a YouTube channel, making fucking every drop like $6-7 million. Which is insane. When you look at those numbers and you're making that in a day, it's like, holy shit. Like
that's the pinnacle of like, yo, this shit is really real now.
It almost didn't make sense. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, we're like really doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the highest level.
Because every time we do a drop and we'd make money, we'd be like, we'd make a joke of it like, all right, we got another 6 months. Like, you know, it was like real. It was like, I would see the account and we'd be like low, and it'd be like, fuck, like we have to make money on this drop, and then we'd go nuts on just the promo.
Yeah.
We'd do the craziest videos, the craziest promo videos, and then boom, the minute that fucking website went live, fucking over 300,000 people on the website at one time. That's beating Kylie Jenner numbers.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you build audience, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens.
And they
like, that's what fucking happens 100%. Is you get that audience retention. Like, not only people going to watch and follow your videos, but that's gonna transfer over into a monetization element that comes into sustainability for a business.
And they had that dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
Like, people were literally like, don't give a fuck what they do. I'm buying something from them no matter what. Even if it was a t-shirt, a hat, a fucking lanyard. Everything mattered to us at that point.
For sure.
It was literally like a big shout out to like those fans that like support us.
Absolutely.
During those times, because if we didn't have that, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we didn't make any money from YouTube.
Yeah.
We made zero.
Yeah. Because YouTube has that whole like strike policy or whatever. They stop like your monetization at some point if you get enough strikes or something. Or
I think Kyle knew in the beginning like we weren't going to get monetized because of the shit we do
in
the videos. So
you have to find a way around that then.
We would just use copyright music, like, you know, if you use one, you know, song from, you know, God knows what label, they take the fucking monetization immediately.
Yeah.
So we were like, Kyle said it before, but like, we made beer money.
Yeah.
Like, that was it.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story, dude. Seriously.
It's wild.
It's a crazy story that you were in and then you lived that.
Oh,
and that's major props.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
or ever get remotely close to that fucking level of doing it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And so now kind of like a segue into what you do now. Mm-hmm. And I was actually talking about this with my roommate because I told him that you were coming on the podcast, and I showed him your page, and he was like, I was like, have you ever heard this guy? Because, you know, the kind of photo video world is really small. And he's like, I've seen this guy before. And then I was just kind of explaining to him what I thought was so cool is what you mentioned kind of in the beginning of the show was what you do now with your, you know, can I call it like a creative agency, you know, kind of, but it's not an agency in the way that you're like managing people, but
I guess
like what would be the right dictation of like name that you would say would be appropriate to call what you do now?
It's I guess it's like a little tough now because it's like originally it was like a production company mixed with a clothing brand.
Yeah.
But now the house that I live in now, I'm kind of managing like a whole another group of like influencers.
Gotcha.
And it's like a creative house.
Yeah.
That they're just starting out. And I'm like, okay, let's build this from the ground up.
Got you.
So I have my hands dipped into like several different pockets.
For sure.
But I guess overall, what I do now is like obviously I shoot music videos for up and coming artists.
Yes.
And all those videos are shot for free.
Which is the part that.
Yeah.
When I saw that, because I watched one of your reels that said that, and when you kind of like explained it and broke it down, I thought, how fucking genius is that to go about it doing it that way, to where you fund all the creative as far as video work for up and coming artists through your clothing brand.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Exactly.
Like, that's fucking genius.
It's super dope.
That's genius.
And we have a good amount of supporters now that like actually fuck with us and like.
Well, yeah, and your clothing is super dope. Like the trailer park stuff is super dope. Like your designs are great. Like the aesthetic, the look, like all of it is super dope. Like
we definitely take time and effort into putting into like, you know, the design.
It feels like you, even though I don't know you obviously all that well, but like it feels like you. Like when I see the clothes, if that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little rugged.
Yeah, it's like a little rugged, kind of like a little. Yeah, exactly. Like it has that just vibe to it, which I think is super dope because it's super on brand.
Of course,
like it's super on brand, which is really dope. But so you got out of doing all that stuff for you know NELK and et cetera, and now you're into your own thing. How did you start going into your own thing, and how did you decide that you wanted to run your business this way, funding music videos for up and coming artists through your merchandise, which I think is so cool, because that's always the problem is you have up and coming artists, or you have people that have raw talent or that are just super gifted, but the problem is the funds.
Yeah.
Like if you want to film a dope music video, it costs fucking bread.
Exactly.
That's the reality of it. You know?
That's the toughest part about that. So we've shot music videos with like borderline nothing and made like amazing music videos. But I guess going back to like when I was at NELK, like, so I got fired from NELK because I wanted to do, you know,
your own thing,
trailer park. I want to do my own thing. So when I started that, like my passion is always like creating like storylines and stuff like that. And I was like, I love doing that through music.
Yeah. So
when I started like focusing on that a little bit more, like it was just kind of like I was given like an ultimatum and I didn't want to like switch up. Like I wanted to be like, I want to do my own shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
well, you've done other shit for other people for so long, so it's like why not go now and do a similar thing for my own with its own, you know, taste and twist.
Exactly. And it's no hate towards NELK or anything like that. Like I had some of the most amazing memories I've ever had in my life like, working for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. But I think I wasn't gonna like I knew in the end, all be all, I wanted to work for myself. And then when I found like I really want to do music videos and start like doing that for like up and coming artists and like figure out a system that worked. That's just how it ended up panning out to be. And, you know, I ended up getting fired. It was all good, whatever. And then I really went hard on like, you know, let's start this clothing brand. I poured fucking every dollar I had into getting that thing started and paying for every music video. I sold like all my cars, my jewelry, like fucking
everything you had.
Everything I had. And I was just like, I just want to like make this company successful so I can literally make a brand where we're putting on for up and coming artists.
Yeah.
And then the money will come later. Like
it'll always find its way back.
Exactly.
If you're doing things for the right reason, you know?
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so we've been doing that ever since. And more and more as we go along, you know, we've been getting more traction. People are like starting to recognize us. And like, even just like, we were out in Texas for South by Southwest this year.
Oh,
like,
dope.
A couple artists were like, yo, you guys are the Trailer Park Boys, right? And I was like, yeah, like, and they're like, yeah, I've seen your Instagram reels. Like, y'all are going crazy. And I was like,
appreciate it.
This is nuts.
Yeah.
Usually everyone comes up to me and they're like, oh, you're one of the NELK Boys. And I'm just like, I barely ever get recognized for Trailer Park shit up until we started like popping off on Instagram and shit. So
that's got to feel good to start getting noticed for like your shit now.
Yeah.
It's got to be like super validating.
Yeah. So it's super fucking dope too.
Hell yeah, dude.
We've been just fucking grinding at that shit.
Yeah. Like, no, I see it. I mean, you guys are like super consistent with it. You guys put out great content. Like I said, I dove into your page. I dove into the trailer park page. Like it's really dope. Like I think what you're doing and the way that you're doing it is super unique and like has no ceiling. Like it has no ceiling. Like in my opinion, because everybody needs creative, especially 100%. If you're an artist, and the fact that you can provide that in a kind of in a new, unique way is crazy. Like it's like I said before, it's fucking genius. It's genius. So like you should be stoked for sure.
No, I am definitely.
So do you do all the designs for Trailer Park, or do you have like a graphic designer or someone who does all that? I'm just curious.
So I'll mock it up.
Okay,
like,
dope.
I'll have like a general idea, but I don't do it personally. I'm like shit.
Yeah,
like,
dude. My fucking extent of drawing or designing is like.
It's not my thing at all.
Like rolling hills and like the trees, and
exactly.
Or like the Superman S that we used to do in like 7th grade.
The fucking sun in the corner. That's like the extent of where I can go.
Yeah, but, exactly same.
I'll mock it up, and then me and my like graphic designer will go through it like multiple times, and like he'll just like body it.
Yeah.
And then that'll be what it comes to be like the final design or whatever it may be.
Fuck yeah.
And my team kills it. Like my graphic designers kill it.
No, for sure.
That's because I don't want to put out just shit.
Yeah, well, no, of course not.
I want
can't just put out stuff to put out stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I want people to wear it and be like, okay, this is fucking Trailer Park. Like,
yeah,
like not only like do I wear this shit because it's like a clothing brand, but like no, I supported something that's a video that's made, and that's the cool thing too. So every drop we do, at the end of every music video, I put sponsored by, and it's everyone's name that bought the clothing.
Oh, that's super dope.
Yeah,
dude, that.
So it's literally like
fucking. That is genius. I've said this on so many episodes. It's unbelievable, but like I feel whoever builds community first wins.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can include everyone as far as buyers as credits to be like, yo, you guys literally made this possible. You guys made, 1,000%. In a sense, this dream for this person come true by buying clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the most sustainable business model ever.
Fire. Yeah, it's so
like
fire,
you know what I mean? Like it's so fire. Well, it's so fire.
I think it's dope that like not only like it's not just like me and my team that like do this shit. Like obviously like we're going out, we're filming the videos and editing it, but none of that would be happening without the people that bought. So if we have those people that bought, like they are just as much of supporters to that video as I am.
100%.
Yeah. So like they're included just as much as me.
That is fucking so dope, dude. Yeah. That is so. It is a genius way to go about it. So I have a question for you because I'm curious, and I usually ask everybody this on any episode, but especially when it comes to creatives, I call it like the one life advice type question, like from all the experiences. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna backtrack because I'm curious. Where the fuck did you get the name Trailer Park? Before I ask that question, because I'm like, how?
I should have said that earlier.
No, I'm like, how did you come up with that? Like, was someone living in a trailer park or something?
I grew up in a trailer park.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I was like, I didn't want to be like.
It's almost too easy.
No, like, my fucking dad lives in a trailer park, so it's like that's dope. Like there had to be some sort of like childhood contextual like. This is my roots type shit.
No,
this is what I'm naming my my shit after. It
is genuinely my roots. I grew up in a trailer park. I was adopted from my grandma when I was a kid.
I'm adopted from my grandparents.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm adopted by my grandparents as well.
My grandma's my Lord and Savior.
Yep, I say the same thing. I literally would not. I would not be alive.
Yeah.
If it was not for fucking that woman,
bro.
I swear to God, I would be dead. Genuinely, I would be dead.
Me too. I'm not even kidding. So I understand from your standpoint.
Yeah.
Like.
That's dope. That's really dope.
Somehow made it through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
She adopted us when she adopted me, my two siblings when we were kids. I was
brothers or sisters?
One sister, another brother. My brother was I think 10 years old when we were adopted, and then I was a year or two old, and then my sister was 2 years old.
Gotcha.
So we were kids.
Yeah.
And then she moved from East Coast to West Coast. Bought a little trailer. And then we all just lived in that trailer like our whole lives. I was from 1 year old to 20.
Damn. Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
I figured, dude. I had such a hunch that's where it came from.
And a lot of my boys from the trailer park still like they help me out with like all this shit.
Yeah.
Like they either buy shit or they're like one of my boys from the trailer park is like one of my videographers. Like he's my editor. Like I just have like it's still a clique. Like and we all meet up like
it's a very family environment.
Of course,
yeah. It's a very family environment.
We still meet up like all the boys from my trailer park. We still meet up like a couple times a year and just like for Thanksgiving, like we do a Friendsgiving. Or, like we meet up for Christmas and like it just doesn't matter wherever we are.
You guys make it a point to show love, like still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all still so tight.
That's really dope.
And so sick. Like we still have like that family community and like every time I like do a design, like I put like our address on the fucking like.
That's what the address is?
That's the address. That's the address to my trailer park. Yeah. And the trailer home on my hat
is the trailer home?
Is the trailer home that I grew up in. So it's very
that is fire. That is fire.
It's sick. It's very like heartfelt. So
for
like,
sure, yeah. You got to feel very passionate and very sentimental about this whole thing.
Of course, yeah.
It's really like where the fuck you came from.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fucking dope.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. So it's not just like I just created a clothing brand off nothing. Just like here's a name. Fuck it. Like no, this is like something that means something to me. And it's like
that's how I grew up.
Yeah, it's like how can I provide that to like something in my industry as far as like artists go? Like let me give back to them through selling clothing. So it's been such a fucking dope journey like so far.
I can't even and you just like you said a point that I feel so heavily about is like giving back.
Yeah.
In that sense to the people who help you get there or who help make what you do possible.
Exactly.
Like you have to give back in that way. Like
100%.
You have to.
Yeah.
Or
I don't care about getting anything in return. Just like as long as I can continue to do this shit, like making music videos for like artists, like I'm such like a music head that like if I hear a song, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers or like 1 million followers, like as long as it resonates with me, I'm just like I need to shoot a music video of that song.
That's really dope.
Like, I just need that. And like I'm just like don't care wherever you are, I'll fly you out. Come here this weekend, we'll shoot a music video and then we'll put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've done like pretty much every time.
Damn.
It's been so fucking dope.
What a journey, dude.
Yeah.
What a fucking journey for real.
Crazy. We recently shot a music video for I mean not recently, but we shot a music video for an artist in Colombia. And I met him while I was out there shooting a bachelor party and some random artist came up. He raps on the streets for tips.
Damn.
And he's just freestyles. And I was just like, having my friend like communicate between me and him. And he was just like, I'm homeless on the streets right now. I'm just trying to get money. And I was like, do you have songs? And he's like, I have 3 songs out. And then I was just like, send me one of your songs. We're shooting a music video this weekend.
Damn.
And then basically paid. We had just done a drop, our first clothing drop, and I used every dollar of that to go into that music video.
Wow!
So I rented like locations, vans. We had a security guard with us because we had expensive camera equipment.
Wow!
And then shot the whole video in like 2-3 days, and then I left, and that video is actually coming out probably in like the next like 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah. I want to change that kid's life.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like you have to realize like the deeper thing that you're doing here is like you're quite literally changing people's lives.
Yeah, and we want to like do a one-off drop for him and surprise him, and like design like one hat or like a hat and a T-shirt, and then see how much money that provides us. Like depending on how much if the video goes viral, or whatever it may be. Say we make like 20K, I want to just be like, okay, we're taking that 20K, we're buying me, my videographer, and my producer flights to Colombia, and we're gonna surprise him with the rest of the money in cash.
Damn.
Like that's genuinely what I want to do. Like that kid deserves it.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
You got your head in the right place doing this shit. I gotta say,
I love doing this shit, bro. It's so dope.
Yeah.
I don't even care about money. Like
you can't.
Like to an extent, like you need it to survive.
Yeah,
like,
it provides experiences and security and all this shit, but like
course,
it's not the be all end all to all this shit.
I'd just rather give back.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah. Seriously. Good for you, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. That's huge. You're going to change that fucking dude's life.
I hope so.
It already sounds like it.
I really hope so.
That's really amazing. Seriously, you deserve a lot of credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
It says a lot about you as a person.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we're gonna do something dope for him.
Good for you, dude. Good for him. I fucking wish him to when those fucking hats come out, I'm gonna fucking buy a hat, dude.
Yeah,
like just to fucking support that guy. That's support you guys. That's what you're doing is seriously amazing.
Yeah.
But so we kind of now going back to the question that I was gonna ask is, I always love asking this question because I think it provides a lot of value and it helps a lot of people for because a lot of the listeners and watchers of the show are fellow creatives or any type of that sort of maybe someone who wants to start but doesn't know where to start.
Exactly.
Or doesn't know what way to go about it in this oversaturated social media, this and that world that we fucking live in, and how to go about making their dreams a reality. So it's like, what would be one thing that you would say, like if someone was sitting right here and asked you that question of like, how do I do this? Like, what's one piece of advice that you could give me that is gonna fucking start that fire, is gonna start that, like, today's day one, not one day type thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what would be that, like, one piece of advice that you've learned that you would share with somebody? Sorry, guys. We're back. Had a pee break and the camera turned off, and then we got into an extremely deep conversation. So, but yeah, we're fucking back. I just have to say before I ask the question that I was returning that I had asked previously before we cut real quick, I just have to say, in a generality, to this guy, shout out fucking for real. This dude's a real ass fucking dude. He's been through some shit. He's making it work. Like, big shout out to you. Seriously. Like, that. You know, I'm never the type to spill personal details and backgrounds and all that, because I know vulnerability in personal shit is hard, but we're very similar in a lot of ways.
We come from very similar
backgrounds, which is really crazy, especially for someone that you just met. So I just have to give you a big shout out that you're really real for that, for real. And I appreciate you having, coming on the show and talking, and even off camera talking. It says a lot about you, seriously. But to the question that I was gonna ask, it was kind of that piece of advice, question for all the shit that you've done, through all the people that you've worked with, the shit that you're doing now. What is that, as I call it, the one life advice question to somebody that was standing here, someone that's listening, someone that's watching, that is going to want to tap into a piece of your brain to figure out how you've done what you've done? What would be that piece of advice or that answer that you would give to someone, that would ask you that?
I think it comes down, it's pretty simple. Like, if you want it that bad, you have to literally just outwork the rest. Like, and it definitely comes from like each individual person within themselves. Like, you have to have that passion first. If you don't, you're not going to make it in this industry. Like, you literally have to like want this shit more than you can breathe. And I know that sounds like cliche, and it's like, oh, I've heard that on a fucking video on Facebook or some stupid shit like that. It's like, but no, I've
seen it on some Alex Hermosi reel or something.
It's like David Goggins said that or whatever. Yeah. Like, but it is real. Like, if you don't have the want or the passion to do this shit, just count your losses at that point. But if you have the want and the passion to do this shit, my advice would be like, literally reach out to anybody that's closest to you, that's somewhat in the realm of what you want to do, even if it's not a close friend. But like, if you idolize somebody and you can get through to them through like social media is such a big platform nowadays. Like, seriously, if you idolize like a big director or a photographer or whatever.
Is that red light on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I just want to make sure. I was like,
no,
did I fucking press record?
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I know. I was like, fuck. We got so deep in the conversation. I was like, did I even remember to press fucking record?
Like,
sorry, I was just like, dude, I need you to
just
check.
Got real.
Yeah, I know. I was like, she just got real, dude. I might have just sat down and started. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to ask. I was like, fuck.
We just had a really deep conversation.
Yeah, seriously.
So that's why we're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Shit do be real.
it do be like
it
that.
Do be real
it do be real out here for real. On fucking God.
Damn, shit. Fuck, bro. Did we just come best friends?
I know, dude. Fuck, dude. Is this dude gonna fucking hang out with this guy all the time now, dude? Holy shit.
Damn, you want to get beers on Saturday?
Yeah. Do you want to fucking end up outside of a pub and then get beers, dude?
Shit, do you have a spare bedroom? Fuck.
Yeah, fuck, dude. You got a garage? Oh, my God.
Yeah, but no. I definitely think it comes down to that. Like, literally reach out to everybody you can possibly think, like, in a circle of, what realm you want to be in, and, like, ask those people to, like, shadow them. Like, I know it's like, and shadow, I'm not saying just, like,
follow them around type shit.
Yeah, it's like, it gets down to more of, like, a detail of that. Like, if somebody was like, yo, can I shadow you for a day? I'm going to be like, absolutely fucking not. But if you're like, just add value to it every time. Like, okay, like
keyword there.
Yeah, like
keyword.
Come in, like if you're a photographer or videographer and you come to me and you're like, oh, like can I just shoot free video for you for a day? I'll be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, of course. Like, I always like need people on hand. Like, a lot of my videographers aren't like available certain days. And like if you're just like at hand and you're like willing to like help out, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah. And then from that you can shadow me. Like, you're doing me a service by shooting free photo or video for me, but you're also watching how I work. And then after that, like, you're
a double whammy.
Yeah, you're creating a relationship for that person that you idolize or whoever it may be, or that's in an industry, and then you're like, okay, cool. Now we have a relationship. And then I'm gonna ask you back again and again. That's how one of our videographers now literally works with us. He hit me up and he was just like, yo, like, I want to shoot a video for you guys. I want to be like in the mix. I'll shoot free BTS video for you for one of your music videos. And I was just like, I DM'd him back and I was like, yo, like, run it, like, come through this day. We had a big video shoot. He came, shot full BTS video, and then ever since he's like been like one of our best friends and boys, but he shoots all of our BTS videos.
Yeah.
And that's all of one DM. Had no idea who he was prior. No relation, no mutuals, no nothing. And now he's like, I would consider him like one of our best friends.
Yeah.
So like, utilize social media, DM people, put yourself out there. If you have that want, you can get anywhere as long as you have that passion, that grind to be wherever you want to be.
Yeah.
But it definitely takes like a special type of person to be in that position.
Yeah.
Because you have to work, you have to want it. And if you're gonna sit
you
at
have
home,
you have to be able to go to a different level.
Yeah, if you're gonna sit at home and cry and be like, I can't fucking get to where I want to be, then fucking sulk and suck a dick. Like,
yeah, facts. It's not gonna be with me.
Yeah, get fucked. Like
seriously
sit
though.
At home.
Yeah, that's real as fuck though.
I just have no more patience for like people that are like, I'm like not where I want to be. It's like, okay, get off your ass and fucking do something.
Do something about it.
Yeah, it's so simple.
You can change that.
Yeah,
and like if you want to, you can be the deciding factor of.
Anybody can change that shit. Like it's not that hard. So, but I definitely like to have my circle where I have hardworking people that are like that understand like this shit does not just happen.
No,
it's fucking hard work. It's a grind. And if you have that want, you got a seat at my table, basically.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. And off that, because just because I'm super curious, and I guess from also your perspective, like I guess another piece of advice, but in the context of the conversation of like the quantity over quality type conversation, where it's like, what would you say when it comes to like if you are a creator or an aspiring creator, if you want to start like literally just start putting shit out, or like make sure you're putting really high quality stuff out, or amount, you know, like where do you stand in that conversation? Because you know that's also like something that I think about a lot is like, okay, I know that I need to put out a lot of content in order to, you know, just kind of beat the oversaturation type thing.
Yeah.
But also, do I need to make sure that it's like always perfect quality content, or is it more quality personality, like just volume?
I'll say this: post your garbage. Yeah. It does not matter. Just post it. Doesn't matter where it comes from, how good it is, how good it looks. You know, your shit will get better. You'll post better shit in the future. Post it. Doesn't matter. All my friends like that are like videographers always send me their like reels or their montages, and they're like,
"Is this good enough?
Is this good enough?" I'm like, "Bro, post it.
Yeah.
You can repost it again.
Yeah.
But you worry too much about what people are gonna say. Who gives a fuck?"
Facts. And I always think that is like, we don't get to decide if it's good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to your point of like, post your garbage.
Yeah.
Because your garbage might be the one that hits.
Of course.
And if you're sitting there fucking for however long debating whether that garbage is post-worthy, like, well, you'll never know.
You know how many videos I posted where I'm just like, this shit's ass, and it just went viral? I'm just like, what the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. And there's videos that I've edited together that I'm just like, I know this is going to go viral, and then boom, it goes viral. And there's videos that I'm just like,
I'm just doing this to do it type thing right now.
I'm just slapping something together for like, I'm on my computer for like fucking 20 minutes. I'm just like, let me put this thing together and post it.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's got like fucking 300,000 views. I'm like, how? Like, doesn't make sense. But I'll spend 2 weeks on a full edit. It does like 4,000 views. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. But it just doesn't matter. Like, just post whatever the fuck you want to post. Like, you don't have to put too much thought into it, especially nowadays with reels. Put your shit into a reel and just post it. Yeah. It's either going to go well or going to go bad. Then you can go back to the drawing board and do it again. Yeah. Like, facts. It doesn't matter. Like, regardless, what I've always told all my friends, like, bro, we're going to eventually fucking, we're going to die. Like, are you gonna bitch when you die and be like, I'm so glad I didn't post that fucking video?
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, facts. And I'm learning that myself recently too. Now I'm just like, dude, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a shit? Just post it.
Yeah, like if you like it, or even if you're just like, yo, this is kind of cool, I'm just gonna put it out to put it out. And yeah, like, I think that's the artistry almost within itself of like, just exposing, like, what you're doing to the masses. It's free distribution.
100%.
So someone else may be like, yo, this is the shit, even if you think it's fucking ass.
The fact that you have a platform to be posting on on the internet, like,
it's crazy.
That can be pushed out to like millions of thousands of people. Like, bro, like, utilize that.
That's what I'm saying.
Post every day for a fucking month. Shit will change.
Yeah.
Like,
that's real as fuck.
Shit will change. Like, so many people that are just like, so pitter patter around, like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Just fucking do it.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
Because you're gonna get stuck in that perpetual loop. Yeah. Of it's not good enough. It doesn't have the right lighting. It doesn't have the audio shit. It doesn't have this, and you know.
The first reel I posted on Trailer Park that went viral, the worst fucking lighting, and coming from a cinematographer. And I knew the fucking lighting was ass. I was just like, I don't care. I gotta
post it.
I just need to film this and post it. Like, I had that motivation right then and there. Boom, it went viral. And then we posted fucking 45 clips.
Yeah.
After that, like, just went crazy on posting clips. And then we just, our social grew immensely. Yeah. And I was just like, it was all off that one video that looked like shit. And I just said,
but it was the one.
Yeah, but I was like, fuck it, let's post it. Yeah. And then boom, it went viral. And I was like,
fuck. Do you have like a thing that where when you're editing or footage that you're seeing or something, is there something that you look for or anything? And this is just for everybody in general, of like, is there a formula for like, oh, this is going to go viral? Like, or is it kind of just a feeling type thing where you're like, I think this is going to do really well?
It is weird because I typically have a feeling when I know something's gonna go viral, but I've been wrong. Oh, like I've posted shit that I'm like, okay, this is gonna hit, and it does, and I'm like, lit. And then other times I've been like, I'm like, same thing. I edit something super crazy, and I'm like, this is gonna hit. Yeah, doesn't do shit. And then other times I'm just like, I post like a raw clip of like a BTS like iPhone footage, like iPhone video, and then boom, our biggest video on Instagram has like 2.3 million views, and it's just a raw clip that I put together.
Some camera roll footage type shit.
Yeah, just like it's just a raw clip with text over it. Yeah, that says like, it literally the text is why do they shoot music videos for free ? With a clown emoji, and it's just a raw clip of just like BTS, and it's like that thing got 2.3 million views. And then people were like, you guys shoot music videos for free? And then I put out the video that explains like why we shoot music videos for free. And then that thing went viral right after it. And then I was like, oh, okay, like, we're on to something. Yeah. And I was like, I just have to tell the story.
Mm-hmm. Storytelling.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's difficult for sure.
It is for sure. It's a skill. It really is a skill. Mm-hmm. Like, I think. Because a lot of people try to do it or achieve it. And it's like, I mean, even myself personally, like, you think of like, how can I like make a series, or how can I make something that has, that evergreen content aspect of like, if I post something and then there's engagement that responds to I need a sequel video type thing to like keep that momentum going. It's definitely a skill for sure. It's tough. For sure. Yeah. It's fucking hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck. Yeah. No lie. It's hard as fuck.
So I have a question for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Question for me.
So is Seventh Heaven?
You're like only the third guest ever that's been like, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Well, I got to ask. Seventh Heaven. Yeah. That's your brand.
Correct.
What is it about?
So Seventh Heaven is technically, it's Hebrew in the sense of where seventh heaven means the highest level of heaven or the highest level of euphoria that a human could reach. And in the sense of like just that state of like, that being, that happiness, that like that joy and everything. And I try to emulate that in everything that I do, like my music, whether it's like it could be happy, sad, it could be happy, it could be directly sad, like to just like I guess in the main sense is just to make you feel like me, to be real as fuck and like be completely vulnerable and transparent in my music and just everything that I do. And like that's part of the reason, you know, why I do the pod is like to have people on and have conversations that are like people can listen or watch, like, yo, this is real as fuck. Like this isn't scripted, this isn't like I don't have set questions, like this is real. Like I can connect to this. I could elevate myself to a higher level based off what I'm hearing or what I'm listening to or what I'm seeing or who's around type thing. And I'm just trying to really kind of pull from the meaning of the name and the brand and bring that to life in everything that I do, to where, you know, the fitness, the music, the pod, just the whole brand aspect, like all makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I just try and always be authentically me. Like in anything that I do, whether I go out, I don't give a fuck who I'm meeting. Like I'm going to be me and talk to you how I talk to you, because that's how I do it. I'm going to make music how I want to make music and what I'm feeling, and to hopefully make you feel in the way that I want to do it. I'm going to have conversations or ask questions to people in the way that I want to do it, in the hopes of, you know, possibly bringing you to that next level type thing. And kind of to what you had said earlier is like the value type thing is because I really do want to bring value to people and people who choose to consume my content, whether it's musically or audio or visual or anything, like where they can connect to and have that kind of sense of like, oh, this is cool. I want to follow this person because I like what he's doing, you know? And that's always my biggest thing, really. And, you know, I've had the question so many times of, do you feel like you're chasing the rabbit? Do you feel like you're doing too many things, doing this and this and this and this? And I'm always like, no, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be as happy. Yeah. And my happiness is number one, you know, because if I'm not happy, then everybody else in my life, person-wise and career-wise and quality of work suffers because I'm unhappy.
Of course.
And that's kind of like, it's kind of like how I feel about the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'm just open to it all and doing it all how I want to do it and moving how I think is right and trying to be around the right people and talk to the right people and do things in the way that I think they should be done, because I think that's powerful if you stand behind what you do in the way that you do it and that you love the way that you do it. Yeah. Because if you feel that way about the stuff that you do, other people are going to feel that way about what you do. Yeah. And that's really how I feel, genuinely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like, your energy is like infectious. Like you'll hype other people up.
Well, and like I'm always about giving people their flowers. Like, yo, like I had that conversation with someone that one of my boys was in the studio the night. I was like, bro, I could have fucking Diplo or somebody like sitting directly across. I don't care, and be like, just, you know, real, trying to. I'm just going to be me. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are or what you do. Like, I just want to know because I'm curious and I want to see if there could be value brought to myself, to people who are listening, and see if we could, you know, make a relationship or just stay in contact, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for me to not be real. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to be fake in those situations.
Yeah, why? It's detrimental. Yeah. It's so detrimental to whatever that you're doing because it's always going to fucking fade out. Exactly. And that's why I give you so much credit and so much flowers for what you're doing and the way that you're doing things, and now in what you did and now what you're doing in your own personal business and life and ventures, is because it's real as fuck. Like, you've made the sacrifices. You've done the money thing. You've poured all you have into it. You're trying to make a difference for other people and change the way people think or their outcomes, and like in a very similar way. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, just in a different version of the platform.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that's what I love. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Because it's real. It's real as fuck. Like, you can have someone who have never met each other, that are in completely different industries but similar, but realize like, yo, okay, there's a connection. Like, it's real. Like this. Like, I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that is beautiful. 100%. I think that is so beautiful. It's so powerful. And if you can like harness that in a way and then distribute that,
then it's just endless.
Yeah, it's endless. Yeah. Because you're always fulfilled. You know what I mean? I think that's like always the ultimate goal, is like, how can I do what I want to do or live the life that I want to live by doing what I want to do and feeling fulfilled and in the right ways, obviously, you know what I mean, if you have the right intention. But I think that whole premise of just everything it's super powerful, and it's really cool. And that's, you know, that's why I told you off camera when we stopped, is I was like, I appreciate you. Like, I appreciate you opening up, and, you know, people like yourself or other people involved have, in a sense, a not an obligation, but they have a reason to feel the way that they could feel about themselves and what they've done, and put themselves in some sort of social hierarchy above others who are not where they are or what they do, but they choose not to.
Yeah. That's very true.
That's real. That's real as fuck. Like, for me, that's what it's all about. Yeah. And that, I guess, in that, you know, kind of statement is what I'm trying to emulate in everything that I, you know, try and do. Like, I want to motivate people to get healthier and be a better version of themselves in the gym by leading by example. Yeah. Because I fucking bust my ass every fucking day, 7 days a week, to look the way that I look. Yeah. I also want people to be moved by a song that they hear, because it's me. I felt this way, and I know that I'm not the only one who's felt that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to have conversations with people who pretty much most of the time are very similar, or are more similar, in our case, that you think. And that is fucking sick, because someone else is going to hear this or listen to that and be like, either in the same situation or feel a certain way about it. You know what I mean? And that's fucking sick.
That is dope.
That's sick.
Yeah.
In the same, like I said, in the same way why I gave you flowers for what you're doing for your business, because it's amazing the way that you're doing it and the way that you're going about it, because it's very different, it's very unique, and it's impactful. Yeah. It's impact. It's change. It's longevity. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Sorry, I just got really deep right there. I just fucking I just started spilling right there.
No,
I started fucking spilling.
I
got fucking a Miller Lite and an IPA in me, dude. I'm like, fucking, god damn it. Like, you know, I just...
No, but that's real, though.
Like,
that's real.
And I've said this on previous episodes, and I'm going to say it again, but I maybe you feel a similar way, but I want to be known as someone who loves. And not in the way of, like, loves emotionally, like, as far as, like, another person or your significant other, which obviously is necessary if you're in that position. But I want to be known as someone who loves, in the sense of, I love what I do, what I'm about, what other people are about, if I choose to be around them, you know, like loving the minor aspects of things and being passionate and all that stuff. Like, I think that is a really cool character trait that doesn't get talked about enough. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because it's infectious.
Yeah.
It's super infectious.
Especially when you're doing something you love, too.
Exactly.
It's like those minor wins that you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right?
We're doing it.
Like, you can't tell me you've never had those nights where you're just, like, laying down in bed or something, if you have a break, or you're just like, holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
I'm come off a music video shoot, and I'll lay in bed and be like, damn, we really just did that. Like, we really just shot for 12, 13, 14 hours. And we just did that.
And is that not it's the greatest thing, because you are bearing the fruits of your labor.
That is the most fulfilling
directly.
thing. Yeah.
Directly. Because the outcome that you have just got is a direct byproduct of the actions that you put in.
100%. Yeah.
Isn't that like the goal for everything?
Yeah. Bro, there's nothing but...
You know what I mean?
You don't get that, like, from working at a corporate 9 to 5.
You don't. At least I feel that way. Fuck.
I mean, I feel that way. I feel that way 100%. Like, I've never got a bonus and been like, fuck yeah. I was just like, okay, I got some more money and now I got to work harder. It's like, fuck. Like, now what?
Now what?
Work harder for the next bonus? It's like, shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Seriously.
And that's not talking shit on the people that work for 9 to 5s, but, like, it's just like creatives are wired differently.
100%.
Yeah.
100% wired differently.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's completely okay.
100%.
It's just different industries. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, fucking guys, I think this is a proper time to fucking end the episode.
What a podcast.
Yeah, seriously, what a podcast. Seriously, this is...
Sorry I got naked halfway through.
No, hey, fucking, I'm here for it.
Hey, sorry, I got fired up. After that deep talk, I was like, God damn.
I was like, God damn, I need to shed a layer and a half.
Yeah, really.
Well, fucking guys... Episode number 23 is now in the books.
Yes, sir.
I cannot thank all of you who have watched and are listening, and I cannot thank you enough, my fucking guy, for coming on, driving out, being real, just all of it, dude. Seriously, like, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for you coming on and having this conversation. And, you know, I fucking feel good, dude. I feel good. Yeah. I feel like
I'm gonna go home a better man today.
I feel like a little fucking little fucking bromance might have fucking manifested today.
Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, dude. But that's gonna fucking do it, guys. Hopefully we're gonna be back again this week with another episode. But that's gonna do it. I appreciate you guys so much, Adrian. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you again for having me.
No,
appreciate
man.
That.
Seriously. We'll see you guys soon. Appreciate you guys again. We're out. You.